Good morning, world out there. Brand Thornton here again. Going to do a video on a whole lot of different things. I've had a lot of things on my mind. Almost don't even know where to start. Man, just, let's start with the police officers. And, with what everything has been going on, we've had these murders of these police, and they are murders, make no mistake about it. And yet, you see an awful lot of things on social media where people are just not getting on board with the police officers, the thin blue line, that they're still in condemnation. I'm going to tell you why. Okay, if the police want to get respect from the people, if they really want to get respect, they need to quit showing up with child protective services that take people's children from them. Okay, first and foremost, they need to quit showing up with child protection services that take people's children from them without due process, constitutional due process. It's very simple. So, and that child protective service person there has a free ride. And whatever they say goes, okay, without due process. And it's very well established these people lie through their teeth, okay, because they're getting financial rewards for abducting people's children. And you know where a lot of these children end up? They end up in these sex rings, okay? They're being sold off to the highest bidder, okay? So, if you want to really get people pissed off, take their children from them. Yeah, maybe it's not the best situation, but you wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Mr. Police Officer, because you are compartmentalized on a need-to-know basis, and you've never looked at the bigger picture. You've never looked at the economics involved. If you did, maybe you would do something really worthwhile and start shutting down Federal Reserve banks and their manipulation of our economy, the destruction of our economy. Or maybe you would stop foreclosures on people's houses, so they're putting them out on the street or putting them in apartment complexes and making it difficult for them to survive. Foreclosure, what an abuse of the English language. Repossession, what an abuse of the English language. Who put up the down payment on that house? Who's got sweat equity and not the banker? It's a computer entry, for heaven's sakes. So all they're doing is stealing the production of the people. You see what I'm saying? You're compartmentalized. You don't see the bigger picture. You're on a need-to-know basis. That's embarrassing. That's very embarrassing. Okay? Another thing you need to do is cease this asset forfeiture crap. Without due process. I know a lot of you get off on that. That's happened in the state of Nevada, northern Nevada, with that sheriff. Oh, that deputy sheriff, he was all so proud. He put all that money out there that he was, with his dog, took from those people without due process. Turns out, it was all legit. It happens all across this country. Oh, but you want to be respected, but you will steal the people's money and property under asset forfeiture laws, but you want to be respected, okay? You're not going to get any respect as long as you keep that crap up. It's not going to happen, okay? You want to have some respect? Then quit arresting people for smoking a plant. A plant that science has proven has medicinal purposes. Probably better than anything else in the world for PTSD. Oh, but you're a big bad cop when you bust somebody for a plant now, aren't you? How about those two young men? One of them was in Florida, 17 years old. You got an undercover agent with him, sold her a little bit of marijuana. He freaked out, he panicked, tried to get out, and he shoot him, kill him. And it was obvious that it was a murder. And what happened to that police officer? Nothing. Nothing. See, because you got these unions. Okay? And they're the worst thing in the world that's ever happened to the people because they protect the cops no matter what happens. And everybody knows it. Okay? Everybody knows it. Okay? I know a young man when he was 17 years old got beat up by the cops for absolutely no reason. Okay, he was a graduating senior. Okay, he had to get off campus to go get a receipt to show that he had paid for some books so that he could get his cap and gown before it's sent back to Los Angeles so he could graduate with his class. Well, there had been some riots there at the school, And so, he comes back, it's a closed campus. He didn't know it was a closed campus. And then his vice principal said, well, you got to go home and get your receipt, knowing full well that the kid couldn't get back on campus without some trouble. He asked his best friend, he said, would you take me home to go get my receipt so I can get my, show that I paid for these books, so I can get my cap and gown before they send these cap and gowns, because they're rented, back to Los Angeles so I can graduate with my classmates. Okay? So his friend does that. They come back, they go in the parking lot there, and this motorcycle cop, drives up, mouthy, foul-mouthed as you could imagine, screaming at these two 17-year-old kids, graduating seniors, calling them scumbags, low-life scumbags. That's an exact quote, okay? So he's asked his friend, and the cop says, you get out of here. You're going to jail right now. You get out of here. So they're driving away. He says, stop. He told his friend to stop. He makes a run for it to get on campus so he can get his cap and gown. What happens? The cop catches up with him, motorcycle cop. Motorcycle cop grabs him by the throat and starts choking him out. No reason. Just starts choking him out. Well, something happened. This kid wasn't going to take it no more. He got in a fist fight right there in front of Rancho High School, 1970. And he beating the crap out of this cop. This cop's head bounced around like a one of the bobblehead dolls, Well, then here comes the pack of animals, that's how they are, let's just jump on, let's get involved in this. And they beat the living crap out of this kid. Yeah, maced him, beat the living crap out of him, couldn't see. Take him down to the North Las Vegas Police Department, throw him in the drunk tank there with every despicable thing you could possibly imagine. And then the cop that checked him in was rude as hell and started mouthing off to him too. The only thing that got this kid out is his best friend's mom, who was a widow, whose husband, Pappy DeWert, was killed in the line of duty, and this kid was a witness to the whole thing that put this guy away. She came down and got him out. Okay, I'm going to tell you something about that kid. That kid had a hate for cops the rest of his life, and it's never changed. You know, I know why? Because it's me. It's me they did it to. Yeah, and I have despised cops all my life from that one experience. But it never got any better from there either. And I know all kinds of people. And I've tried very, very hard to cut cops slack. But I see what I see, and I know what I know. I saw one good exhibition of law enforcement that I can point to where I was actually there. And that was Sheriff Tom Roberts. That was Sheriff Tom Roberts at the BLM compound. Okay? That's the one thing where I saw a deputy sheriff actually do his job and do it well. Okay, let's get into something else here. Yeah, cops, if you want to be respected, you uphold your oath. Okay? Because as long as you don't uphold your oath, there's going to be blowback. We've got economic problems, a lot of people are out of work, and you know what? You're just rubbing it in. That's all you're doing. People are losing their kids, losing their jobs, losing their vehicles. Yeah, they can't even pay for the registration or licensing and registration. You pull them over. Okay, let's tow the truck, throw the guy in jail, whatever. You just ruined his life. You didn't do one damn good thing. You know, you're happy because you got yours. You got yours. You're happy. Okay? Meanwhile, you're destroying the country with your smug, self-righteous attitude, and you wonder when you all get shot, what the hell, where the hell did it come from? Are you stupid? And let's face it, the black people are on the bottom of the economic rung, basically. You know, they're the first ones to feel the pinch of this, and they look at you and they know you're a hypocrite. They know you're a fake, okay? That you're just the man, you know, compartmentalized on a need-to-know basis, and you have no more IQ than that. Okay, I'll leave that alone for a while. Let's go to Oregon. You know, there's all these comments about, negative comments about the patriots that went in there to try and establish the true rule of law, the Constitution of the United States. There are all these comments saying, oh, you guys have no right to be here, okay? You're not from Oregon. You're not a local. You know what, I got something to tell you? What you do there affects everybody in this country. Your corruption from top to bottom affects everybody in this country. Even the FBI informant now comes out and talks about Hillary Clinton and all her connections and ties, the Clinton Foundation, and that's why she got off, that's why she's getting off, because she owns Loretta Lynch. She owns Mr. Comey of the FBI. Is there any doubt about that? Just watch these congressional hearings. She owns Kate Brown. And she wants that ranch and all the minerals underneath it, namely uranium, which she already sold to Uranium One, which is already a shell corporation for the Russians. What you do there in your corruption, Oregon resident, it affects everybody. And I got something else to tell you. You know those BLM agents that attacked the Bundys in Mesquite, that little teeny town in Mesquite, you know? It's about the same size as Burns, Oregon. You know where they came from? They came from Oregon. They were trained in Oregon. So you little bunch of self-righteous assholes, you want to bring that up? Because you don't understand the Constitution. You don't understand the rule of law. You don't understand good law. Okay. And you know what? That death stop, which was illegal, federally illegal in the state of Oregon, your Oregon State Police were heavily involved with that, with the FBI. Oh, but you don't say anything about that, do you? Wait till it happens to you in your state of Oregon, okay? Wait till it happens to you. Then we'll see. And you know what? I've looked at that video over and over and over where they assassinated Lavoie. You know how close they came to blowing that little girl's head off? Victoria Sharp? I've looked at that. It passed in the front, right in the front of the face of Ryan. It passed behind. That passed behind Shauna Cox's head and just above. How it missed Victoria, I have no idea. And I'm going to tell you why. If you guys would have killed that little girl, I'm going to tell you who would have suffered from that right off the bat, and that's the BLM Forestry Service. And you guys are the biggest bunch of pieces. You guys are the biggest leeches, parasites right now upon the American people, especially those in the state of Utah, because so many of them are Mormons. Just like Burns, Oregon. So many of them are Mormons. They're hypocrites. They don't live their own religion, and they're on a government dole. Like 70% of them working for the government. You're leeches. You're hypocrites. Excuse me. You people make me sick. You're disgusting. Yeah, you would have murdered that little girl, there would have been immediate hell to pay. Count your lucky stars. Mr. Brett Zing. I'm going to tell you something, people. You know what? They got perjured evidence that they're using against Pete Santilli to keep him in prison. I just talked to his attorneys. I'm going to tell you what I told his attorneys. The day after that thing was taken over, Pete Santilli came out there. Pete Santilli saw me, came up to me and wanted to apologize for not being there with us. I go, you don't have to apologize, Pete. You don't have to. He goes, no, I want to. He said, but Brand, I don't take over federal buildings. I'm a journalist. I just don't do things like that. Okay? And they're using still perjured evidence to keep this man in prison? You pieces of crap. These federal courts are nothing but pure, unadulterated tyranny. You have, I want to scream this so bad. You have the patriots in prison being convicted of nothing like 6 months. So you've been treating them as guilty until proven innocent. The same thing you're doing with Bill Keebler. And we know what you've done there. FBI, you pieces of crap, garbage. Can you go to work and feel good about yourself today knowing that you are working for a totally compromised law enforcement institution? You are worthless. You are worse than parasites on this country. You're an embarrassment. You should hang your head in shame. You should never go out of your house even. You should never even go to your office or get in your government vehicle to go persecute somebody else. the worst of the worst. Greg Bretsing. You are the agent in charge. You are directly responsible for the assassination of Lavoy Finnegan and the dang near the assassination of the rest of those people. You came with an eyelash of murdering that young lady. I know that young lady. She's a good young lady, that whole family. Those kids. You know, they're gospel singers. What kind of curse do you think God would have put on you for that, Mr. Greg Bretsing? I want everybody to remember that name. And Dan P. Love. You guys are nothing but Nazi stormtroopers, secret police. You're nothing but that. Okay. Next one is probably going to really upset a lot of people, but I don't care anymore. You wonder why all of our veterans are coming home committing suicide? You want to know why? Because they know that what they did over there. They know that they didn't do one good thing for the American people, that they're fighting for the banksters. Case in point, Iraq. We go over there, we kill 1 million plus people, okay, with our big war machine. And we lose it. It's all gone. You know, we set up this Iraqi government that can't control anything. You want to know why? It's all tribal law. It's all tribal law. They don't believe in good law like the Constitution of the United States. I mean, this goes way, way back. They're Muslims. Sharia law, tribal law. Good luck. You'll never, ever establish it. And our vets that went over there, the veterans went over there in Afghanistan, they saw people slaughtered. They know the truth. And they know they're a part of it. And they can't make heads or tails of it. And those visions in their mind they can't get rid of. And then when the truth really hits them, oh wow, we were doing nothing but pushing the agenda of the world banksters like Mr. Rothschild and Mr. Rockefeller. Oh, and then our veterans look over and see Russia and Putin kicking the living shit out of ISIS, killing them left and right, doing the job that they should have been doing in the first place. And then they find out that Obama and the CIA created ISIS and has been funding ISIS all this time. The veterans know they were pawns, they were used. And the American people, they support these wars vicariously by saying, support the soldiers. You know, you American people out there, and then you're the first ones to degrade these veterans when they come back. Oh, they got PTSD, we can't give them a job. You know, they got PTSD, they're going to go off on somebody. You know, they're better off dead. That's basically what you're saying. So the American people out there, when you get around waving your American flags, you know, blah, 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 you're full of shit. You're all full of shit. And that brings up another point. If somebody wants to burn an American flag, they bought it, let them burn it. It's their property. You can't destroy what that flag stands for by burning it. It's idol worship. Oh, they're burning the American flag. Oh my God. How insecure are you? Aren't those principles rooted in your heart? The same with the Quran. You're just like a bunch of Muslims. Oh, they're burning the Quran. They're insult characters of the Prophet Muhammad. Oh, we got to behead the infidels. Because they got a cartoon of Muhammad. Or they're burning the Quran. You're no different. You're just as stupid as they are. Well, maybe not as stupid. You don't go cutting people's head off. But you see what I'm saying? It's just another form of idol worship. Oh yeah, do you really want to piss a Mormon off? Say something about their prophet. They're no different than Muslims. Yeah, they are. They don't cut people's head off. But you go say something derogatory about Thomas S. Monson, look out! I mean, never mind, the guy don't do anything. He's a non-event. You know, the world's all in process of meltdown, and only thing they can do is issue a statement about the patriots at the refuge. There's no scriptural support for what you were doing. And they've had plenty of time to recant. And they haven't. They haven't. Yeah, you want to piss a Mormon off? Say something about their prophet. Yeah, see all this idol worship? It's everywhere. And for the Mormons, read the 93rd section Doctrine and Covenants where the Lord tells you what you really worship. Okay? You worship truth. Because the fact of the matter of Jesus was not the light and life of the world, we wouldn't be worshiping. If he did not say, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free," because he wasn't the truth, we wouldn't be worshiping him. So get over yourself and your stupid idol worship. You got to get the spirit of truth, which does come through Jesus Christ. Do something that he would be proud of you for. Well, these are just some of the things that go through my mind. Drives me crazy. Honestly, it really does. I just, I see the world in the process of meltdown, and everybody's running around like a chicken with their head cut off going, why? People, you need to start thinking with your noggin.